Hello, this is Susan Barnes bringing you the online newscast from the Ann Arbor News for Thursday, September 20th. An increased speed limit along Ann Arbor's Washtenaw, Huron, and Jackson corridor proposed by the Michigan State Police has been stalled by resistant city officials and the Michigan Department of Transportation. But the delay doesn't mean the change won't happen. The state of Michigan tries not to press our will on local jurisdictions without open and full dialogue, MDOT Chief Operating Officer Larry Tibbetts said last week. While state police officials met with city engineers and police last February, the June 4th resolution passed by the City Council requested hearings for council members, the public, and staff. State Police Lieutenant Thad Peterson said he offered in a letter to hold meetings, and he and his staff have made several calls to city officials in an attempt to schedule them. He said Wednesday the city had not responded, but when notified the city had failed to respond, Mayor John Heathja called Peterson. The mayor said he has asked city officials for an explanation for the delay and asked them to schedule the meeting. Still, Heathja said, we are probably fairly far apart. I am not interested in raising speed limits on residential streets in Ann Arbor. Steve Bauer, an MDOT supervisor in the Brighton office, which oversees state roads in Washtenaw County, said last week that ultimately MDOT is going to make a decision, but the department wants to make sure we've exhausted all efforts to make sure local civic leaders are aware of and understand changes. 25 years after he was accused of attacking and raping a former girlfriend in Ann Arbor, the suspect returned to Washtenaw County to face charges. James R. Simpson, 62, was arraigned Wednesday in Washtenaw District Court on one count of third-degree criminal sexual conduct and one count of misdemeanor assault after he turned himself in on an arrest warrant. Simpson, who now lives in Florida, pleaded not guilty and waived his right to a preliminary hearing. The victim did not have to testify Wednesday. Ann Arbor Detective Sergeant Jeff Connolly said she remains deeply affected by the incident, but agreed to proceed with the case after detectives called her about a month ago. The case is one of the rare capital crimes Ann Arbor police have been able to revive since the 15th District Court took an inventory of old warrants earlier this year, Connolly said. Connolly also said he was pleasantly surprised to find all the evidence from the initial investigation stored in the department's property room. Detectives began the lengthy process of searching microfiche reels of the police reports a few months ago in an attempt to retrace the events on July 31st, 1982. Other stories coming today from the Ann Arbor News. How school officials now say that the alleged sexual assault of a 7-year-old was first reported to school officials as bullying and that they were not aware of sexual contact between students. And a fake $10 bottle return slip landed an Ypsilanti man in trouble. But apparently, he wasn't the only one to commit the scam. He simply got caught. Eventually. You can find these stories in today's paper, available on newsstands and online at MLive.com, Ann Arbor News. And here's what we're working on for tomorrow. The debate over a proposed income tax is heating up in Ypsilanti. And entertainment will preview the upcoming Ani DeFranco and Ryan Adams shows. Check back throughout the day for news and updates to these and other stories. You can find it all at www.mlive.com, Ann Arbor News, and click on Real-Time Updates.